Hi, Leo. Hi, Leo. All right, so welcome to this place, and welcome back if you're returning, Leo. All right, happy May, or whenever you arrive. I hope you're good. I know something awesome is going to happen this month. Um, let's see. Okay, I wanted to share first and foremost with you. So I found a new person that's in our tribe that um, oh, let me back up. If you don't know, if you go to the main page of Opal Oracle through YouTube, on the bottom there's a playlist collection called a folder, if you will, called Formidable Fellows, and those are all other readers that I've found that are a part of this place, and I just found a new one called I Scry with Steph. She makes ink blots, really rad. But she'll be in addition to that list. So feel free to check them out because we have some really rad folks. Of course, you included in this tribe, and I'm so grateful. Okay, so Leo, Uranus is highlighted for you, and so is your third house, as well as the house that rules over Leo. So maybe you want to, Leo. Oh, perfect. Same thing as Virgo. Okay, 4 cards. So we're going to be choosing from this really old deck called, the deck itself looks like this. They're so soft and really powerful. I usually only use them for myself. But this is called the Mythic Tarot, and we're going to read a story from that. So let's see. And then, oh, by the way, after that, so you know what's going on here, we were all on the same page. Then we're going to look at you, and then what's going on with other people too. Kind of like an inner-outer sort of energy. So let's see, Leo, what's up. The Page of Cups. Awesome. So white flowers and yellow flowers. Repotting, like planting things. I like this water source too. I like this forest. It's soft. Alright, let's read the Page of Cups. Just a second. Okay, this one's kind of long. Give me a second. Oh, that isn't the story we're supposed to read. We're supposed to just look at this for a second. Hold on. Like, because a picture speaks 1,000 words, right? An image speaks 1,000 words. What images do you, like art or pictures, are around you? I'm also seeing someone do, what is it? This? Like where they create like a frame. Be like, okay, say you're out in the forest or you're out in the world or you're in your studio or wherever, and you just put things within a parameter. And like, what is that story? If you could, or like kind of just explain what it is. I see, explain what it is that you see. I also see good, positive, like childlike energy, which to me is purity. Emotionally into like what you're creating too. Some of you could also have, I feel like someone's finally putting something to rest. Emotionally also that, I heard I must leave childish things behind. So it's sort of like approaching something more emotionally mature, but it's done within a person's own way. And you and Virgo are on the same day, but I'm hearing the same thing for you, where a person's like, okay, I heard I'm ready, or I'm becoming more ready. Okay, so your story is going to be the Magician. Major Arcana 2. The Magician is Hermes. So, creative intelligence. Okay, it says here we meet the god Hermes, the guide of travelers, the patron of thieves and liars, ruler of magic and divination, and bringer of sudden good luck and changes in fortune. He is called the trickster because he is deceitful and ambiguous, yet he is the trusted messenger of the gods and the guide of the souls into the underworld. In the Greek myth, Hermes was the son of Zeus, king of the gods, and the mysterious nymph Maya, who is also called Mother Night. Thus he is a child born of spiritual light and primordial darkness, and his colors, red and white, reflect the mixture of earthly passions and spiritual clarity, which are a part of his nature. When Hermes was only a baby, he toddled out of his cradle and stole a herd of cattle from his brother Apollo, the sun god. To fool Apollo, he put on sandals which faced backwards, so that the angry god went in the wrong direction looking for the culprit. When Apollo finally confronted him about who had stolen his cattle, Hermes presented him with a gift, a lyre which was made from a tortoise shell. Hermes flattered his brother with praise from a wily, honey-tongued, telling the older god that the gift was meant to honor Apollo's wonderful skill at music. Apollo was so beguiled that he forgot about the cattle, and in return bestowed upon Hermes a gift of his own, that of divination. Hermes thus became the master of the 4 elements, and eventually taught men the skills of geomancy, divination by earth, pyromancy, divination by fire, hydromancy, divination by water, and aeromancy, divination by air. He was always worshipped at crossroads, and where statues called Hermes were erected to honor him and invoke his blessings upon the traveler, the wanderer, and the homeless. On an inner level, Hermes the magician is the guide. That means that somewhere within us, no matter how lost or confused we may become, at any point in our life, there is something within us that has foresight and resources that are often hidden from consciousness, but which can divine what direction to take and what choices to make. The magician does not come when he is called, for Hermes is wily and a playful god, and does not always respond to what we think is an important situation. He has his own ideas of what might be important. He comes in the night, often in the form of disturbing dreams, or in the guise of meeting another person who turns out to be somehow significant as a catalyst on the journey. Hermes may even appear as a sudden hunch or the discovery that one knows more than one thought. The book which one accidentally reads, or the chance visit from a friend, or any of 1,000 strange little turns of fate are the handiwork of the magician, the inner guide. In a sense, the magician is a spiritual teacher and the protector of the fool, just as in the myth, the god Hermes managed to sew the unborn Dionysus into Zeus's thigh, and looked after the child until he was born. Hermes the magician is that unconscious power within, which looks after us although we cannot see him, and which appears as though by magic at the most critical and difficult moments in life to offer guidance and wisdom. Hermes was not a god to whom one could rely on for the ordinary decisions of everyday life. For remember, he can be tricky and treacherous. And this also says that he can, his directions led men and women to astray in the night. So to follow the inner guide does not always mean making choices which are secure and guaranteed results. Often they are the opposite. I heard, "What are you afraid of?" But because Hermes is the master of the four elements, his wisdom can penetrate all the spheres of life, the mind, the imagination, the heart, and the body. Without him, we have no inner resources at all, but must always rely upon the direction of others, and are doomed to travel like sheep on the same worn path as everybody else. The fool meets the magician only after he has braved the precipice, for the visitations of the inner guide do not come when one hides safely within the maternal cave. On a divinatory level, Hermes the magician also points to potential skills and creative abilities which have not manifested yet. He may appear as an upsurge of energy and an intuition of exciting new opportunities. He presages insight and an awareness of unexplored possibilities. It becomes clear that the journey is possible and that one has the capacities that have yet to be developed. Virgo also spoke of this. That's very interesting. Cool. Well, that's pretty powerful. Maybe you want to think about where you've been at crossroads and like when this energy has showed up for you. I feel like someone could see more of a pattern in something or in themselves to be more aware of what kind of the next step is. Okay. As that's the lesson of sorts, let's actually look at the inner world. Oh, the Emperor. Beautiful. Another major. And what's happening in your outer world? The Wheel of Fortune, 2 majors. Virgo had the same thing, 2 majors on the ends, in and out. Oh, so there are major decisions now and in I heard coming up and future near. There are 3 like spirit guides around you, or people could be in the external world. I feel like someone's tapping into or can see things, like things are lining up or connecting. And it's kind of interesting that the magician brings fortune, right? And here's fortune right here. So the magician is coming through your external world. It's showing up right now. What we talked about. Because it could have just been an idea, an imagination, but this is something that's actually happening. Also over the next year. Emperor, this is you within that's very solid. There's also a person that lives inside of you that's very loved, like very dear to you, like a strength of particularly a male that you love. Could be men, but I feel that energy here. Let's see. Let's see a little bit more about this Emperor. I think this is Zeus in this deck. He's holding lightning, right? He's the god of thunder. Kind of like Thor. Future king and half yes. Future king and half yes. Great idea. Let's so someone's creating, this is internal energy. We're also sort of creating like a tree. You know, like things are branching off, and I heard it's pleasing to thee. Alright, let's see Future King. If there's something in the physical world that you are trying to achieve, please watch Virgo's reading. That's one of your little blind spots. You have to, a person has to turn their head and change perspective. And it's really helpful because it helps a person know just where they are versus, I guess it's more of, it will show you more of where you are. Okay. Half yes as the Hermit. So someone has an I don't know within. Well, I was hearing that, you know how it's like, is the glass half full or half empty? If we're taking full empty as like positive, negative, so it would be yes, no. I'm seeing the yes as a positive. So someone's looking at a situation, High Priestess. There's another major. You have 4 of them, there's the Emperor. Just a second, High Priestess. Let's just roll with it. Let's say, Emperor. Yeah, Emperor is Zeus. Which is the magician's father. Right? And that's within you. It's also a woman that's older than someone, or a woman that will be in the external world that's also very helpful. It's like a couple females that are really awesome. They do come through men too, it could even be people that are younger than you. Alright, moving along. Okay, again, Emperor energy is like your energies. This is internal. It says on a divinatory level, Zeus, the Emperor, augurs a confrontation with the issue of the father principle in both its positive and negative forms. We are challenged to make something manifest, to concrete a creative idea, to build something in the world, to found a business perhaps, or to establish a structure of home and family. We are asked to take a standpoint which becomes effective and powerful, to formulate our ideas and ethics. We are also asked to consider where the creative young king has become rigid, and where, if any, ideologies are interfering with life and growth. When the fool meets the emperor after his sojourn with the instinctual world, he learns to confront worldly life with his own resources, alone, according to the ethics which he must develop for himself. Then he can progress on his journey with the certainty that he can be effective in life because there is something higher in which he believes and whose authority he himself now embodies. Awesome. This is a really good place. So if you're wondering, like, am I ready? Like, am I ready to move on? Am I ready to step up? Am I ready in any way? Yes, you are ready. And there's a lot of higher spiritual energy, I guess, guiding a person. It could just be in alignment with your own map. You know, like you're a person aligning with themselves, when spirit to me is around a lot like this. Fool. Yeah. And if we're going through the fool's journey, that a person has now come internally to the emperor space, that's really amazing. And in the external world, you went from the fool all the way to the wheel. And I really like that the magician is the son of the emperor. Huh. Let's see this Wheel of Fortune. These ones. Leo, interesting. I guess your first house and your 10th house are highlighted. Also, this is you in the world. I'm seeing these crossroads again, but the way that I'm picking up on it is just there's options. You know, like, no matter what path you pick, there's help upon it. There's guidance upon it. Let's see, Wheel of Fortune. Ancestors. And dream work. Didn't it say that the magician comes at night through the dreams? I feel like, I guess a person's connecting more to their ancestors in the world, or they may just be coming through, like, I don't know if someone's just building a stronger connection with themselves with that in the world, like understanding support that comes through different realms, or asking for help or something like that. But this is also, I'm seeing, like, people that have crossed, for instance, like that which has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, or like lives in another dimension. I know it's pretty trippy, but I feel like they just come through regular people sometimes. It could be your tailor, it could be your maid, it could be your crossing guard, like, whatever. And it feels positive to me versus like frictional energy. I heard if someone is not approachable, don't do a thing. Like, don't try to, I guess there's a message to try to not force something. Because with all this major arcana, I don't think a person could push their will exactly And remember, the magician's information or the guidance along, a part of it is we have creative thinking. And winning, new plan. The new plan is what creates the winning. But so if you haven't, faith circle, yeah, if you haven't made a plan around this future, or this future king, the future of things, I don't know if you're too tired or what, like, it's kind of like if there's angry people, like, just stay away from them. You know what I mean? Don't try to soothe the anything that's like, I heard behaving inappropriately like that. That could also help, like, asking for help in ways of protection is also pretty powerful right now. You know, it's just like, if a person's aware that, well, someone's being asked to be protected as they move into day to night, heritage, new circles. Okay. Maybe some of you are studying your heritage or studying your family. This could also be if you've been working through, like, past life energy. Like the things that you were scared of, or like that just live in your bloodline. You know, like somebody's great-grandmother was like petrified of drowning, and then like the next one, it just goes down and down and down, and people don't even know why they're scared of that anymore. You know what I mean? It's not even relative. People don't even know. It's just like, I heard you gotta try it out. 3 of Coins. Virgo had this energy. Oh, I love that the readings are going back to, like, kind of how they used to be. It's more storytelling and feels like it has more diversity. So you're... Family could also be very helpful. Family is helpful in the external world. This is also a skill set that someone learned through their like that's in their family. It's like that kind of skill or that kind of work ethic or that kind of awareness, that kind of magic runs through this bloodline. Or like, something's very aligned. What do we have for time? 29? High Priestess. Maybe we've said... Ace of Cups, I love you so much. Maybe we've said what we needed to say. Maybe that's all you needed to really hear. Queen of Cups. Okay. With this Emperor in the internal space and this being just you in general, this is also someone making very... Queen of Swords, yes, executive decisions. Right, there is no half yes. There's no I don't know. A person also wouldn't be afraid to, like, speak their truth Or like, not that they're not willing to compromise, but they have their own position on it, right? Emperor energy. It's like it takes an authoritative. It's an authoritative position. It has a lot of responsibility to be a king. There's a bird associated with Zeus too. I don't know. I don't know if it's the turkey vulture. And remember that Zeus is also Jupiter in your map. So your Jupiter, your Mercury. Mercury is actually direct today too. Yeah, your astrologically, let's see again. Your Jupiter and your Mercury are highlighted. We talked about your first house. That's really big, who you are. And the sun rising upon that. And 10th house is highlighted too, 9, 10. So it's kind of like your MC. That's actually really, I'm happy that that's coming out. That's really beautifully. What those two positions, how they see one another. It's very positive, very benevolent energy. So it's also looking to God, or like looking to being open to like what it can be, having faith in things. You know, you could think of your MC like that top of your map. It's kind of like the roof of the house a little bit. You know, that's a really key point. It creates the security, right? The roof. And then I heard raise the roof. So, keep going. Great idea. Alright, I hope that was helpful. Leo, trippy reading. I like it. Yeah, Aries, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, too. That was 3 mutable and 1 cardinal, right? So the cardinal has moved from Sagittarius, gone around to, that's matured inside of you into Aries. Interesting. Lovers. Alright. I hope that was helpful, really. Have a great month whenever you find this. Thanks for being a part of this place. Any of you are still here, I thank you for, you know, taking time to, even if you just sit. My mom brought this up, which I thought was pretty cool, closing out here. That, you know, even if, say you turn on this video and it's 33:33, and say it just plays in the background or something, or you just sit in the grass, close your eyes even, it's like that's a place of rest. You know, it's a place, I mean, I know we have a lot of questions and learning, and again, like we talked about last month, this is a place of curiosity and questions, and that's fun because you get to answer the questions, you know, and then that, well, that brings self-awareness, right? So thank you. That's the point. I do appreciate wherever and however you share your love and support in this life. And it is always a pleasure to connect. And I'll talk to you next time.